Hey guys, the Putt21 here with a little bit of League of Legends gameplay on ARAMs. I'm playing Annie this game. I think I go about 6-3 with a good number of assists. I'm a new YouTube commentator. This is actually my very first. So any suggestions or critiques, I would love to hear from any veterans of commentaries. I guess a little bit about myself. I'm 22. I play a lot of video games, and I would like to start a YouTube channel with potentially a lot of different types of games, maybe some first-person shooters or whatever you guys prefer. If you guys have any game suggestions you'd like me to play, I would be glad to hear that in the comment section, or you can private message me if you like. A little bit about this gameplay here. For those of you who haven't played very much ARAMs, the goal of this is to destroy the 2 towers in the single lane, and then after that destroy the inhibitor, which then allows you to take out the last 2 towers, and then finally the nexus. The fun part about ARAMs, and in my mind, most challenging part, is you have to be very good with a large amount of champions, because, as in the name states, all random, all mid. So every champion you get is a random selection, which, as by playing more and more ARAM games, you can build up rerolls, which allow you to roll for a new champion, which is still randomized. Knowing your champion's role in the game is very important, because you can't choose a normal team with your tank, your support, your AP, your AD, your jungler. You usually try and do all damage, or you could build a tanky character or a support. There are very many options like a normal game, but you might have all 5 AP casters, where you are forced to just have a team of straight damage, which, Magic Resist could very well just make your team almost completely countered, which makes the game a little bit more difficult. ARAM games usually last from, like this game, maybe around 12 minutes, which is actually very short for an ARAM game, or it could last to somewhere around maybe 40 minutes, but that's usually pretty unlikely. The average time for an ARAM game is approximately 20 minutes, which is nice when you don't have time for a full game, or you just feel like not worrying about laning too much, or you just want to kill people for an entire game instead of worrying about slowly building up your character so you have the strength to kill. In ARAMs, first blood comes very quickly sometimes, and face checking one of the 2 bushes is almost always a horrible idea. The items I like to build with Annie, usually I start off with a Hextech revolver and 5 health pots with which I find works very well because Annie, even at early levels, deals a lot of damage, and I feel that the spell vamp that she gets from it is a great addition to her character. It allows her to sustain in the game a lot longer before she has no health and she is kind of worthless. But one of the main problems with Annie, I find it's very difficult to sometimes get close enough to actually hit your QW combo off. But as you see there, it works very well and deals a lot of damage once you hit it. When I use Annie, I try to really sit in the back line and allow, most of the more tanky characters to soak up a bit of the damage, and usually if there's a group of enemies around, I really like to, drop tibbers on them, which stuns them, hurts them a lot, and then I can do my QW combo, which the Q is a single target, which hurts for a lot of damage, and the W is an area of effect fire that shoots in the cone, and that deals a lot of damage to and to multiple people, so it can wreak havoc for the enemy team very quickly. Plus, as you see here, Tibbers can tank turrets very well, and helps us take down this turret very, very quickly. I feel the best use of Annie is more of like an assassin type of character, as in allow both front lines to start fighting each other, and then kind of be a little bit sneaky and go around and unleash havoc on the carries. Some of you watching may be kind of curious as to my type of setup I have here. I don't have my spell casting the normal way. It's set up the smart cast, where all I have to do is go and just press Q if I want to shoot my Q ability, and my cursor just has to be on an enemy or an area, and it'll shoot, it'll use whatever ability I choose, and it'll use it onto the area. This game I just happen to have a very good team. We had quite a bit of AP and AD, which is a very good thing, like I mentioned before, because the attack damage characters such as Graves or Zin are very good at taking down turrets, because it deals a lot more damage quickly, and it makes for the other team to have to build armor to block the attack damage, and also magic resist to defend against characters like Malzahar and also Annie. This team has really good crowd control, as in Malzahar has a silence. I have a stun on every fourth ability I cast, and Zin has his leap and his knockaway, and Graves also has his blind, his area of effect blind, which is very nice. And Cho'Gath has a silence, a knockup, and it makes for a really nasty team that can control all the fights, catch the other team off guard by hiding in bushes and just jumping on them. The enemy team's crowd control is not very good at all. There's a slow from Ash and a slow from Varus with his volley of arrows, but in all, it's our team clearly has the upper hand, and we would have a tank a bit more if Cho'Gath built more tanky items, but this time he decided to build AP, which still makes him a lot. He can do a ton of damage and still be pretty tanky at the same time. I feel that Annie is a pretty good character for ARAMs, as in she can deal a lot of damage and has a stun, 2 stuns, and she can also get pretty tanky too if she builds an early Rod of Ages, which gives her health, AP, and mana like every minute. But this here is the team fight that really won us the game. After this, it was just us taking out towers and taking out the Nexus while we were just picking off enemies that still try to defend their Nexus, but we just gained way too much momentum and it was game over after that. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I would really appreciate it if you liked, commented, subscribed. Maybe leave a suggestion or two, what games you'd like to see, or maybe if you have any ideas how I can improve my videos, and have a great day, everybody. That sounded fucking tart.